Okay, so let's take a quick look at our homepage here on our site. So when you get to our site, if you scroll down here, we have our full teacher guide and student course, the teacher lesson plans and student lesson plans, quick and easy for teachers to access for their classes. And then one thing that we're both super proud of is our build challenges that we've created. So this will link you to all of the build challenges. And if you come in here, we built these build challenges in Canva, and they also highlight some of our students' creations as well. So it's just a nice grab and go piece that we created there.
And those go all with the lesson plans as well, like the build challenges are connected to the lessons. We just wanted to include this quote from Jennifer Tupper. Treaty education has the potential to help all students learn from and through events and experiences of the past in ways that inform not only their historical consciousness, but their dispositions as Canadian citizens and their relationships with one another. And that's just from Treaty Education for Ethically Engaged Citizenship. And it's pretty similar. Another work we've been drawing on is from Margaret Kovach, and she says, treaty is not a thing. Instead, it is a living, mutually agreed upon protocol used to create and regulate respectful citizenry relationships. So just a big focus on building relationships and teaching through treaty, as well as teaching about treaty. And then our website is and materials are licensed under a Creative Commons Share-alike license, which you can see at the bottom there.
Perfect. So we'll go back up to the top here and we'll just kind of guide you through how our course is set up. So up at the top here, we have our course overview. This just provides more details, explains the target audience, timeline, course delivery, materials, adaptations, guiding questions, assessment, our EdTech infusion, and our responsible use policy. And then under here is our learning plan. And then this chart here just shows our scope and sequence of our whole course here. This brings us to our pre-module. So within our pre-module here, what we decided to add was this pre-made Minecraft world called Manitou Avia Key. It was created by Louis Riel School Division out of Winnipeg, and they consulted with their Indigenous Council of Grandmothers and Grandfathers, Knowledge Keepers, and their Indigenous education staff, and partnered with Minecraft to create this immersive experience for students. It's broken up into 3 parts, and we just felt it would be a great way to get students into Minecraft, exploring the content that we will be exploring in our unit, but also just to get used to navigating in Minecraft. And then down here is, I had the opportunity to have a conversation with Chris and Corey, who were involved in the creation of this world. So if that is of interest, that is located here. Onboarding was a really big thing for UX design. And so we did onboard some Minecraft videos that students could access whenever they needed. So here is 4 tutorials that I made that the students can access. So module 1 really, again, focuses on getting students into Minecraft. The first lesson here just focuses on students. So they had to build their teacher a dream house based off of what they think that I would like. And then in module 2, we go into what the students can ask 6 questions. So it brings in a little bit more empathy-based instruction, and the students have to plan a build around those 6 questions that they ask me. So those 2 are the teacher lessons, and then the student lessons just go through almost like a checklist form of what the students need to do. So within here, we have just some information, and then the students can go in and submit through Microsoft Forms. So these were some of the forms that we actually used in our course, but we were able just to embed them directly into WordPress.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Curtis. So then we get into Module 2, which is our Intro to the Treaty Relationship. So this is a synchronous lesson where we start by collecting students' prior knowledge on treaties in Saskatchewan. So we used a Padlet to ask students kind of the who, what, where, when, why of treaties, and just see if they had any prior knowledge or things that they thought that they knew already as we were getting started. And then together we read that picture book there, The Friendship from Treaty Trilogy Tales, which is kind of a basic look at the relationship between First Nations people and the newcomers during the fur trade, and then it does get into the signing of treaties within that picture book. So it's a nice introduction. And then we played a Treaty Jeopardy game from the Office of the Treaty Commissioner just to see what students had learned during that lesson and to kind of help them reflect on their learning. So that's our module 2. It's just fully synchronous, and it's kind of some background knowledge that they need to have before we get into building in Minecraft. Then module 3 is where we start to put treaty education and Minecraft together. So module 3 is all focused on reasons for treaty making, and we split it up into the First Nations reasons for making treaties, and then the British Crown reasons for making treaties. So if you want to click there, Curtis, into lesson 1. Okay, so this is teacher lesson 1, First Nations reasons for making treaties. And you can see we've showcased there, that's a screenshot from one of our students' builds trying to show the brother-to-brother relationship that they wanted to establish. And so in this lesson, we watch a video from the Office of the Treaty Commissioner, and then we co-construct a list of reasons that First Nations people wanted to make treaties. Some First Nations people, we also talk about the fact that not all First Nations leaders wanted to make treaties and that some actively counseled against it. But we co-construct that list, and then we tell students that their build challenge number 2 is to represent 2 of those reasons within their Minecraft world. And we do some brainstorming around what that might look like. Okay, so after we go over together the reasons that some First Nations people wanted to make treaties, then we let students have the rest of the time to do some planning in their groups. And so student lesson 1 is the students planning checklist. And this just helps them brainstorm ideas as a group, decide how things would look in Minecraft. And so we gave them a list of sentence stems just to help them with their discussion. And then they eventually choose 2 reasons that they're going to represent in Minecraft. And they have a little chart there where they fill in what reasons they're choosing from the list and then their ideas for how that might look in Minecraft and some of the tools that they could use to build it. Then they just talk about dividing up the work and who's going to be responsible for what. And then they have to make a rough blueprint for their challenge before they can go into Minecraft. So they do have to jot it out on paper just so that they have a plan going forward and to make sure that their build is purposeful and that they are all in agreement on what they're building before they jump into the world. So then if you want to click into teacher lesson 3 there, Curtis, that gets into the British Crown's reasons for making treaties. And so for this one, for the lesson, we decided to actually create an instructional video there that we could use. And so there's a video embedded in there that's created by me and goes through the British Crown's reasons for making treaties. Okay, and then the next modules, I think from 5 to 9 are coming soon. We're still developing those ones. And so that is a quick walkthrough of what we have for our course so far. Thanks for watching.